Welcome back to the Summer Loving Podcast.
Guys, I hope you covered your ears. You were literally bellowing into the microphone.
Yeah, come on.
I hope none of you are on the tube with your AirPods on full volume, because literally.
Apologies.
Do you know what is the face that you usually make when when you're watching something and then you flip? No, and then it flips back to your music, but because you were watching something, your volume's on high.
Yeah.
And then it's on the highest it can be, and then it flips back to your music, and it's blaring in your ears.
Right.
You can't just rip it out like you could rip a headphone out. You have to I literally flinch. I'm like this. Ow. My ears are like, ow.
You are so random.
Olivia Rodrigo is literally blaring in my ears. Ouch. Hurts.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I survived. It happened yesterday, guys. Okay. That's why this is so topical.
I'm glad that you are okay. Okay? We will get you through this, okay? Okay. Cool.
Anyway, guys, for those of you that don't know us, I'm Summer,
the crazy wife. And I'm Hassan, the crazy husband.
And we are married. And this is our podcast. We're here to give you
chilled vibes, positive vibes,
the best
happy vibes.
And just vibe. Yap for like the best part of an hour.
Professional yappers right here. Professional yappers.
Right here.
Right here, right now.
And if you guys are new to the podcast, welcome. And if you're returning,
new, please hit the subscribe button.
And if you're returning, welcome back, friends, pals, family.
Yes, our lovely community. Welcome. Right.
Yeah.
We're getting right into the mix. A couple weeks back, I went onto my Instagram. Mm-hmm. And I asked the boys, I was like, yo, what about girls give you the ick? And I had a long list, and it was a time to be had. It was a good time. We had a good chuckle. Now,
the girls have returned.
Has come with the girls. There's a lot of girls who are on smoke saying, whoa, when do we get to have our time? Their time is now. Summer is going to go through some of the icks she has collected from her friends and from her Insta and stuff like that. And let's see.
From work, yeah. From Run Club, from my friends, from work. And I collected in person, which actually made it so funny. I've been crying.
Right, so let's see what
this is also not an exhaustive list, by the way, guys. There are so many. But
right, come on.
Okay. When guys stand up before their public transport stop, so like they know they're getting off at the next stop, and then they're just like, they get up from their seat and then they're like just swaying around. They can't hold on to anything.
I would say, hold on, no. That's only icky if you've got no
swaying
balance.
Around.
No. If you haven't got balance, then it's icky. But if you get up with confidence and you move through the train with absolute elegance, that is not icky, man.
Okay, don't worry. We're not here for you to defend every single ick.
No, you defended the girls. So
when a guy tries to catch a ping pong ball and he just can't get it, he's like, oh.
I can't lie. Yeah, that is actually quite icky, to be fair. It is embarrassing.
Do you know how funny that is?
It is actually quite funny to watch, to be fair. But yeah, go on.
When a guy falls over.
Okay.
On the ground.
What? Okay.
Just walking. Guys can't fall over. Kids can fall over. Yeah. Not guys. Okay,
That's so rude.
when an Apple or a Pixel watch pings with a message or a notification, like, why is that not on silent?
When your watch pings?
Yeah, like, oh, Mr. Popular. Everyone knows you're getting your notifications. This is actually not my ick.
Okay,
this is actually from
I don't know about that one, but
belly is slightly out or builder's bum.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Never good. When they rap.
What?
We're not talking about rappers or artists. We're just talking like...
When they rap?
Yeah, like when they're like, oh, I've got a music page. Like, check it out. Or like, check me out on Instagram.
Oh, so like someone
whatever.
Who's not like...
Underground music artist.
Nah, that's a bit harsh. What if you just let the guy let the guy live, man. Let him chase his dreams.
I mean, some would probably say when they podcast.
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
So...
But we're not icky.
Mullets. Or a tash.
Piss off.
Or a tash that looks like it doesn't belong there.
Oh, get out of here.
You
mullets are in fashion right now, so that's a load of nonsense.
Yeah.
No, but they are. They are.
Doesn't mean it can't give girls the ick just because something's in fashion.
No, I don't know.
There are so many things girls wear. The
Moustaches is funny though.
Girls will wear... So
what, you can't look like Mario?
Yeah.
Alright, cool. Go on then.
Don't drive or can't drive.
What does that mean?
They can't drive or they don't drive. One or the other. Or both. They can't drive as in they've never
They
learned
don't
how
have
to
a
drive.
license,
Yeah.
or
Or they just don't drive, as in, but yeah.
I can imagine that being
mostly that they've never taken their test.
That's not too outrageous, to be fair, but go on. Because really and truly, like, I feel like once you get past a certain age, you should just know how to drive. If you don't, that's kind of funny.
I can vouch for this. Too active on socials or oversharing. I've never seen anything like this, but the the example that I had was when they post like a selfie and it's like worst day ever, but they don't say like what the worst day was, or they post a picture like in a hospital gown,
Okay,
but doesn't say like what's going on.
Yeah, but girls do that as
weird,
well. So
oversharing.
Girls do the same. Girls will actually probably put a selfie of them crying as well. So
we've got mirror selfies as well. Guys,
that's not it. That's literally
mirror
not
selfies
an ick.
is for the girlies.
That's just literally not an ick. But go on.
Falling upstairs. They're going up the stairs and they're falling up them, or just falling up in general.
Come on.
Where's a backpack in a bar on a Friday night?
Do you know what? That's really sad because bro's just come from work and he's got his laptop and everything, and he just wants
why
to come.
hasn't he taken it off?
He just wants to come
He's
to the
just wearing
motive,
it.
and then he's on his back. He's just forgot it. It's comfortable. He's a turtle now.
Doesn't want to put it in the cloakroom. Or long nails.
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
Or one long nail.
That is
as
actually
well.
yeah. That is.
And it's always the pinky finger. I don't know why it is, but
that
it
is not the one. That is
Picky
not the one.
eaters.
Do you know what? Yes, that's icky on both sides though.
Running up to bowling and then missing the Skittles.
Oh, what's it just?
When they do like a proper run up and then they just
gutterball it basically.
Yeah, and then gutterball it. Yeah.
So basically, if you try hard and then you gutterball it, it's
and
embarrassing.
then you crash out, then not good.
Yeah, that is bad.
Referring, this is not me, by the way. This is not my ick, but I found this so funny. Referring to their own football team as we. You don't play for the team. Do you know how funny that is?
Do you know how
funny that is? Well, don't worry. Anyway.
No, hold on. Do you know that is actually so rude, just because you're not a part of anything big.
Anyway, tensing in photos. So like, when they take the picture of themselves and then their arms like they're being tensing. Yelling in the gym, also on topic. When they yell in the gym, when they're like lifting a weight but they're on their own. I think, to be honest, it's bad when they're in groups as well, because I think all it does is just like, why are you being like so loud?
No, I think it's only acceptable when you're lifting serious weight. If someone is lifting like 5 kilos and then they're making noise, it's just like,
but then
come on. But when you're lifting, when you're doing
when a girl is lifting
girls
a
do it as well.
weight, they don't scream.
Some girls do, but that's okay. Whatever gets you through it. But I think if you're lifting serious weight, I think it's acceptable. If you're not lifting,
you're roaring.
If you're doing a 1 rep max, if you're doing a one rep max and you're benching like 200 kilos, scream, because I would be. Like, if that's what you need.
Repeating themselves because Siri or Alexa doesn't understand them.
I'm not gonna lie, that is actually kind of embarrassing. Can you imagine, like, you're just in front of your partner?
Oh my god! And you have to repeat yourself again and again. I'd get the ick from
You
myself for doing it.
You do it all the time.
My Siri doesn't listen to me.
Siri!
My Siri doesn't
Honestly,
listen to me.
guys, the amount of times,
Maybe I've turned him off.
Amount of times, someone would just be at yard and then she'll just be, hey Siri! And then she would say it again and again, and progressively
Guys, Siri doesn't listen to me.
She gets
like, even now, my phone is unlocked. I'm saying Siri and nothing.
She just gets progressively more and more angry.
This is since iOS 18 update, by the way. iOS 18 wiped my Siri. So he stopped listening to me.
Even still, it is actually so funny to hear her just go, Siri!
I just said it now and he didn't respond.
So you got the ick of yourself, basically.
Doesn't know how to ride a bike. Doesn't know how to swim. Doesn't know how to swim is a bit harsh.
That one's a bit mean.
Don't know how to ride a bike is a bit, I can understand that.
I feel like, do you think this as well? Like, for like our age, right? In and around our age, maybe more so older than us, like swimming wasn't sort of like this skill that was just always enforced. Like you had to learn it. But then now it's almost like mandatory. Like in school, they take you for swimming. No, at school
they take you. But then to be fair, when I was in school, they took me for swimming as well.
But the thing is, we went to swimming as well, right? In primary school. But what I would definitely say is the small amount of swimming classes we had was not enough to teach you
it was
anything.
not. It was
It's
not
enough
gonna
to teach you
how
about
to
swimming.
swim.
Whereas mum and dad took me to like swimming classes on the weekend.
Yeah, no, so did
like
my
proper
parents.
swimming
Yeah.
lessons. But I feel like basically what I was trying to say is from like say from our age and above, right? It wasn't sort of like a drilled in thing. Whereas like I know with my little brother, he was learning how to swim when he was like
I just think also
really,
if you
really
got scared
young.
of
Way
the
younger than me.
water, it's not even that. If you got scared of the water while you were younger, then your parents probably weren't going to force you. Like some parents don't want to force their kids, but I don't think it's the actual. I think it's just that.
That's interesting.
I think it's just that it's an expected skill, but I think the don't know how to ride a bike is valid.
No, don't know how to ride a bike, but it's quite funny to be honest.
Imagine you're
There's
getting on a line
there's
bike, you're
few
falling on the
people-
floor.
There's a few people I know who are a bit tragic in that department.
The last one I have is arguing with strangers on the internet, keyboard warrior.
Yeah, but
Twitter.
that is a bit cringe.
Or
If you don't know
X.
them as well, it's a bit weird.
No, yeah, just arguing
It's
with
like,
random people. Why are you doing?
yeah,
You've really
yeah,
got
yeah.
nothing else better to do with
I
your
know,
time.
to be honest, I don't
Do
mind.
something better with your
does this
time.
include trolling?
Yes.
Nah, trolling should be alright. Should be okay.
Trolling. No, but if you find out that your other half is trolling,
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
have you got nothing else to do?
I think it would be so funny if I found out that you were trolling someone on the internet. I'd find it so funny.
I'd be so embarrassed.
Why?
Because it's embarrassing. Have you got nothing else better to do with your time?
No, but you're just having a little bit. You're on a bit of a wind up, like that's.
No, but I
like,
think
if you're having-
joking. No, I
if,
think
say, for example,
joking
if
is
someone
different to trolling.
I think if someone has come onto your like I don't know, commented on your TikTok and said, like I don't know, you're a waste man, and then you turn around and go, no, you're a waste man, and then you're having like a big argument about on something like that, or someone has posted like an opinion and then you're just arguing them, that's dead. But if you're on a wind up and you're just being sarcastic and you're just being like literally trolling, I think that's quite funny.
But to a random person.
Yeah, it can be funny.
No, I don't think it's funny. Well, anyway, that's the end of the list, guys.
Do you know what? I'm not going to lie. There was nothing that horrific on there. And there was nothing as stupid as I thought you were going to say.
No, but I think, honestly, if I kept on collecting, girls, honestly, if you want to comment on the YouTube, or if you want to hit us up in the DMs, this list could have been so much longer. I actually only started collecting them.
Excuse me, it could have been longer for the girls as well.
Well,
Yeah, so basically,
were you more selective?
what we have learned is that both guys and girls are icky.
Yeah.
But we live together.
Watch
and
out, guys. There's so
we
many
vibe.
things that you could do which could cause girls to have the ick. You
Honestly,
just never
listen,
know.
I've heard
It's
like
a jungle out there.
honestly, I've heard like girls get the ick from the most stupidest things. So to be fair, nothing
From
on
wearing different colours. I think there's like obvious ones like ripped jeans,
that. No, like someone even
white
said.
jeans.
Someone said, I think anyone who wears like the color brown is like icky, and it's like, okay, what are you talking about? But yeah, I don't know. Like there are more outrageous ones. I can't think of any right now. But like I think that list that you had there, from what you've gathered, is very minor. But some of the funny ones are, I would say, it's
The
like
ping
falling
pong ball.
over.
Falling upstairs, the backpack. I think, do you know what we also need to talk about is, has anyone seen this interview of Hugh Grant talking about how much he hates people who wear
Oh
backpacks?
my god!
Do you know how funny this guy is? Okay, so first
Hugh
of all,
Grant is so miserable, isn't it?
we love
It's so funny.
he's so, do you know the thing is, he's so lovable because he's just been like a national treasure. And now, I really hope this ages well, by the way. But
Yeah.
he has just been doing like some like interviews just lately, and he's just so funny. And he obviously is miserable, but he's so British.
Miserable.
So British, yeah. And he was just talking about how much he hates backpacks. Guys, it's made me like never want to wear a backpack again.
Okay, that's a bit
Like,
dramatic.
honestly, no. The
But
disdain
just
he
like,
has for backpacks.
do you know what it is? It's the
for
thing
people wearing
is-
backpacks on their fronts, which actually makes me laugh so much, because he's just like, people wearing backpacks on their fronts. And then water bottles.
Oh my
He
God,
hates
he
water
hates
bottles.
water
He hates water bottles. Water bottles and backpacks together, like Hugh Grant's like worst nightmare. So yeah, if you're ever on the tube, like around
Hugh Grant, throw away
Notting
your backpack.
Hill, maybe I don't actually know that's where he lives. That was a Notting Hill
But if you bump
reference,
into
but
him, just make sure you're not wearing a backpack, and make sure you don't
make
have
sure
a
you're not
water
wearing it
bottle.
on your front. Definitely.
Yeah. But no, that was funny. Like, if you've seen it, the clip of him just raging about it is just so funny. It's literally so random. So random.
It's so random. But also, just what a random thing to ask.
Well, clearly he finds it icky, so that's that, innit? Okay, so I have a question for you. a scenario per se.
Okay.
Right? So we're going to see what you would do. Okay, so you have to leave your phone at home,
Okay.
right? And then you have to disappear. Right?
Why?
You can't speak to me. You can't speak to any of my family. You can't speak to any of your family. You can't speak to your friends. You can't speak to anyone. You just disappear. You have to run away and disappear for 30 days, right?
Right.
And basically, essentially, obviously, we're going to, obviously, as family, be stressed. So we're going to be trying to find you. Basically, we will know you're okay because we'll call the police. Police will contact you and you'll say, I don't want to contact them. And that's it. I'm fine. I'm well. I don't want to contact them. Right? And then that'll be it. Done.
Am I
phone.
on some undercover mission or something?
And then you're gone
I
for
must
30 days.
Okay.
Right? But you can't tell me why you're going. You just have to literally, it'll be a case
I'm just
of
going.
It'll just be a case where you, literally, like, I don't know, on a Saturday morning, you'll be like, I'm going to yoga or something, and then you'll be gone and the phone's here and you're gone. Right?
Okay.
And then you're gone for 30 days. At the end of the 30 days, we get 5 million, or you get 5 million
Okay.
pounds deposited into your account. Would you do it?
Yeah, I think so.
Would you? I'm actually really surprised.
Well, I don't know. There's no way that I can tell you why.
No, that's the
I
stipulation.
don't know.
So the stipulations are: you go, you are gone, right? You can't contact any of your friends. You can't contact anyone. You can't tell anyone what's going on, right? You're gonna, if anything, like, let's say this organization that's helping you to do this or giving you this challenge, they give you like money, like, say, like, I don't know, 20 grand or whatever, so you can fly off to wherever you want to fly off.
Right.
And that's it. But you can't, if you communicate with any of your friends, family, myself, you lose it. So you can't even tell me why that you're gone. So all we will hear, all we will genuinely hear is like, obviously we're going to call the police, police will track you down at some point, and then they're going to be like, obviously, you know, what's going on, your family missing, and then you go, no, I just don't want to, you can't tell them why, so you just got to say, oh, I'm fine, I'm well, don't tell them not to worry, or whatever, like, cool, I'm not interested, so you've got to like kind of feed them the police a little bit of a lie that, yeah, done. They're obviously going to come back to me and say, look, she's alive and well, but she's, I don't know, it's her choice to do whatever. So now we're all obviously going to be sat here like thinking, what's going on? And then after 30 days, you can come back. And obviously you come back £5 million richer. Would you do it?
30 days is too long.
It's £5 million though.
Yeah, but I think you'd all hate me.
I mean, if you came back with like a...
Yeah, you'd be fuming, but I'm just thinking like you're like all of my family, all of your family. I don't think my friends would be annoyed. They'd probably just be like, okay, fine. Maybe she's just going through a hard time, whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't think like... I don't know, because you if you're contacting the police and then all they say is, yeah, she doesn't want to be contacted, she's fine. You know, that is like would not be a nice thing to hear if you guys have been out of your minds worrying about me. So I don't know, what if you're angry with me forever? Money can't fix everything. I don't know. Would you do it? Yeah, I knew you were going to say yes.
I'd come back with a Birkin.
I would be fuming.
I'd come back with a Birkin. I'd come back with a Chanel. I'd come back with Rolexes. I'd be like, hi, baby.
I'd be so fuming. I literally can't... You know, if you were gone, literally... You know, you get that pent-up anger and it's like... You're just angry and angry and angry and angry. It would literally be like... a volcano.
But the thing is, I don't know, because there's a part of me which is like, I would be really...
But then would you not feel bad? You would feel guilty.
I'd be so upset. No, but the thing is, I'm saying, if you had done it and you had gone, I'd actually be so upset. I'd be like so stressed out. I'd be so like, what the hell?
I think it's
but
more
then
because if you don't tell anyone else, you're supposed to tell me, or I'm supposed to tell you.
Yeah. No, but then if you came home and you were like... And obviously I'd be like, what the hell is going on? And then you said, look, this is the situation. I got offered this. I've made 5 mil. I'd be like, Mubarak. I'd be like, yes!
Do you know what?
I'd be like, we're going Maldives now. I was like, do you understand how stressed I've been? We're going Maldives now.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I'd do it.
Would you not?
No. Do you know the other thing is, I'm like that type of person where I want to know like the why of things. I'd be so stressed. I'd be like, what do you want from me? I'd be like, they're gonna give me this 5 million and then they're never gonna leave me alone. Then they're gonna own me.
My love.
Then they're gonna own
please,
me.
listen, I'm telling you this now. Yeah? If you ever get this offer, do not fumble the bag. Yeah? Go and make the 5 million and come back home.
Okay. Well, now you know about it. So it's fine.
But you know what I mean.
Situation's
Don't fumble
changed.
the bag.
Situation's changed.
Why are you shaking your head?
Because I'm worried.
What
Now if you disappear, if I didn't hear from you from half a day, I'm literally going to be messaging you like, if this is what's happened, you need to confirm right now.
No, do you know what it is? It's so funny.
And you're going to have just been at the Arsenal match or something.
I don't message for half a day and you're just like, you better come home with that 5 mil. You better come home with nothing, and you're just like, oh, for God's sake, you're so useless.
Oh
Can you
my
imagine?
God.
But yeah, so you reckon you couldn't do it? Okay, interesting. Okay, speaking of kidnap
And weird random amounts of money, that leads us quite nicely onto
to a new show that we've been watching. Oh no, we've watched.
We've watched it. We've finished it. It's Gangs of London, guys.
I know this is like a very old show. This has been out for a while. It was on Sky Atlantic, but recently they've dropped it onto Netflix.
Yeah.
So I said to someone like, look, this when it came out on Sky was actually meant to be quite sick. Let's watch it. And we have before we get into it, what would you rate it out of 10?
I'd probably rate it like, I don't know, maybe a 3.8.
Out of 10?
Oh, out of 10. Sorry, out of 5.
Oh my God.
Probably like a 7 or an 8.
8, I think, is a bit high.
I think probably like a 7.
I
But
think
that's
is
why I was
about
saying
right.
like 3.8 out of
Yeah.
5. Because it feels like, I think honestly, like I didn't know anything about it when I first like went into it. Obviously you probably knew like a little bit about it. It's got I actually can't remember what his name is, but
it's got the guy who plays John Shelby in
Peaky Blinders. He's the main guy called Sean, and the series is kind of centered around like Sean's family basically, and there are like several different characters, but like Sean's family, and they're essentially they have like a massive drug business basically, so they're the gang in London. And then
okay, so what I just
with,
wanted
like,
to
loads of
actually
others.
check, sorry, I just wanted to check this.
What?
There's going to be a season 3.
Oh really?
Yeah. So basically, look, so it's essentially, there's this main character, his name's Sean. It starts off like his father's died and his father is the leader of the gang, and his dad's gang is the gang of all gangs. So they control everyone. They look after everyone. They
control the whole of London.
They make sure everyone stays in check. Obviously, with his dad dying, everything goes into disarray, and the show is essentially about all of that chaos, right? And then it's like quite peak because Sean is a good leader, and I think he has like kind of like good plans, but a lot of people doubt him, and because they doubt him, they end up like
they just end up
betraying
overreacting
him
and just
and
being
like
a bit crazy.
Yeah, betraying him,
basically.
acting out, and all of this, and it is really nuts. Like it is very nuts. It's very like very gory.
Yeah, I was gonna say very gory.
I was gonna say,
I think like if you've watched,
like in terms of the fight scenes, by the way, we're saying it's gory in terms of the fight scenes.
Because I think because we've watched like stuff like John Wick, which is like action, and obviously you see the effects of the fighting, but this is like gory to like a different level.
Like you're like
the
literally
violence is like crazy.
The violence in it is very, very, very nuts. And you know what? I really liked the first season. I think the storyline was really, really good.
Yeah, there's also like there's a few different complex storylines. So like where they're all like intertwining, it's not just about like one plot. I was going to like compare it to Tulsa King. Like it's not quite like, whereas Tulsa King felt like it was like one plot the whole way. Whereas this definitely feels like there's a few different plots sort of like going on.
Yeah.
But yeah, the first season I did think was really good. I think also it took me like 2-3 episodes to like get into it because I think there was
there is a lot going on. So it does, you do
and
need to settle in.
And it's a bit confusing because the other thing is like, because there's so many gangs, you're trying to really just keep a hold of who's who and who's which
and not even that,
characters.
it's like who's who. So you're trying to get onto that, but then you're also trying to work out who's working with who's doing some underhanded stuff. But yeah, it takes a few episodes, but once you settle in, I think it is really, really good. I think the thing that we didn't like is we didn't like the end of season 2.
Yeah, we didn't. I think also
it just didn't make sense.
I feel like halfway through season 2, things just started going a bit. I think it was probably like the episode 5 of season 2, because there's 9 episodes, I think.
Yeah.
I think like around that, you kind of just, I feel like it felt like you're like just watching the series to finish it.
Yeah, because you know what it was?
You
it
know,
did seem,
you want to know where it goes.
It very much seemed like it was wrapping up. That's why I was meant to check, obviously, before we recorded whether there was a season 3 or whatever. But the way it seemed at the end of season 2, and probably, like I said, in the last, like someone saying in the last few episodes, it felt like they were just wrapping it up, trying to like
just tie up all the loose ends and just finish things.
End it.
I feel like, but do you know what this reminded me of was like, you know, like the last Fast and Furious movie, like stuff happened at the end where people were really like, they were like, yeah, this is so crazy. This could never happen.
Do you know what it was?
I think that's
Fast
what,
and Furious.
That's what the end of this felt like, where stuff was happening.
I think, do you know what it is? It's not that. Fast and Furious, the reason why people like, I think, have fallen out of love with Fast and Furious and stuff is like, it just became really, really, really like dumb. Like in terms of like the stuff that's going on, the storylines and stuff. Like, for example, like Han, he's one of the characters, right, who got blown up in Tokyo Drift. The car blows up. Somehow he's alive now. Because he managed to, I don't know, get out the car, but like everyone thought he was dead. He's died. Now in the most recent Fast and Furious coming out, right at the end, who comes out? Giselle. What happened to Giselle? She died because she fell off a plane. She fell off a plane. All of a sudden, she's alive now. So, like, there's so many... It's that kind of stuff, which is why everyone finds like Fast and Furious annoying.
I mean,
because Fast and Furious, I think the first 3, even 4, was very much, like, in keeping with, like, car racing. There was a little bit of stuff. There was obviously a little bit of theatrics there. But then it just got into this thing where, like, even like where Dom, like, he drives his car off a bridge, jumps out of his car, catches someone, lands on another car completely unscathed. Like, there's so much like that kind of stuff where it's just like, okay, you're a bit fast-fetched. And I don't think they have any of that in this. I just think the storyline just gets a bit...
I think, to be fair, I think also like... I think it really was just like the last 2 episodes where by that point you sort of have like a clear idea of like what's maybe going to go on. And I just don't really want to give any spoilers. I feel like people have probably watched it. That's the thing. But the end, like there are just characters who end up in alliances with each other and they just would never be in those alliances.
That is definitely like,
that's why it felt like it was such a rushed ending, because you're just looking at it and you're just thinking... They would never end up together. They would never work together. They were never even friendly with each other. And now they're all sat at a table together. It would just never work.
Yeah. It literally.
But that's why I'm surprised that there's a season 3, because it kind of felt like, okay, this is the end.
The thing is, the way they ended it, everything seemed like an ending. But then when right at the end, they introduced this new alliance, right, of 2 people, and they would just never line up together. 2 separate gangs. They have hated each other the whole time.
Years of rivalry.
Right? Years of rivalry, have hated each other throughout the whole season. And now at the end, all of a sudden, they're busy mates. But that was the only part which kind of made it seem like, okay, we're gonna... There is a potential. It was like a bit of an open ending, Elliot. Because what was going to happen with that?
Yeah, I guess.
No, because Elliot took his seat at the table and everyone was all in line, so that kind of almost felt finished. But then that left it as if there was
like
potential.
An open thing, yeah.
So I don't know if Gangs of London 3 comes out. Obviously, we will be. I feel like
we'll probably watch it now.
No, we will for sure, and we'll give you our review on it. But yeah, I would say check it out.
Also, I feel like if anyone else has watched it, like let us know like what you thought, because I think
I'd be
so interested to see like what other people have thought. I'm not really like heard.
I just know. I remember is when it first came out. I just remember that when it first came out, a lot of people were raving about it. That's why obviously I recommended it. And don't get me wrong, I would give it a 7. I think it's a very good show. For the first season, definitely. Like you're just watching and watching and watching. It's like one of those so easy shows to binge watch.
You just can't stop watching it. It's kind of like probably what Peaky Blinders was like in the first 2 seasons. Like you cannot stop watching it.
Yeah, for sure.
There's so much crazy stuff going on.
Also, he's a sick actor.
Who, the guy who plays Sean?
The guy who plays Sean.
Yeah, I think the guy who plays his brother Billy's a really good actor as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I really enjoyed both their characters. Really interesting to like.
Even the mom's actually a good actor.
Yeah, but she's been in a lot of other stuff. She really fits her character really well. But I think the guy who plays Sean, the main character, the main actor, I'm really sorry, I don't know his name.
Let me look
it was
up.
just so funny to just see. You've always known him as Jonathan Shelby, and then he's suddenly in London with a super, super posh accent. I think it was just so interesting to just see like his character flip, because also Jonathan was not a big main leader in...
His name's Joe Cole.
In Peaky Blinders. Well, yeah. But yeah, Joe Cole really played like a good leader, because Sean becomes like a really good leader.
No, for sure. He's
and considering like that's not what he's like as John Shelby in Peaky Blinders, if I remember rightly.
Yeah,
he's not the forefront of the whole operation.
Very well.
But
plays it very, very well.
Maybe Peaky Blinders set him up for the role.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows?
Maybe that got him in the...
I know,
in the right
but
vibe.
I mean,
But yeah,
to be honest, yeah, he's like I said, he played it well. The brother was good. Also, the mum's good. She was in Game of Thrones.
Oh, was she?
Yeah.
Right.
So she was quite,
okay.
and I'd probably say a similar kind of role.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, actually, yeah, because her husband dies straight away in Game of Thrones. Her husband dies straight away, and then she's like trying to avenge the husband, and she's making the sons do the avenging. So,
oh right,
very similar, I guess, in that sense. But yeah, no, yeah, really good show. Check it out. If you haven't checked it out, let us know what you think. Okay, so
from what we've been watching
to what we've been reading, and it's kind of on the same vibe. Like, Gangs of London is all murderous and violence. And what we've been reading is a bit of a thriller, and it's about murder and it's about violence.
Yeah.
Basically, a while back we read The Housemaid.
Yeah, and we've already spoken about how much we love Frida McFadden. She was also the author of Never Lie, which is an incredible book. If you guys haven't watched it, no. Why do I keep saying
we both keep saying it.
If you guys haven't read it, I think actually I've seen a lot of people and heard a lot of people talk about Frida McFadden's different books, and they always say The Housemaid is really good. They actually always say that Never Lie
is their favorite,
or it's like at the top of...
Yeah. I guess, do you know what, it will probably depend on what kind, like, we've still not read all of her books, so we've still got a lot to read, but basically, yeah, Never Lie and Housemaid are both top tier, I would say. I would say I prefer Never Lie more than Housemaid.
I think so,
but what we didn't actually know, and then we found out, was that Housemaid is a part of a trilogy, and then there's the Housemaid's Secret.
Yeah.
And then it's the Housemaid's Watching.
Is always watching, yeah.
Is always watching. So yeah, so those are the two we've both read recently. We'll start with the Housemaid's Secret. Essentially, just to give you a bit of context, so in terms of the first one, without trying to spoil it too much, it's about this girl. Her name is Millie. She is a housemaid. And now in the first one, what happens is she's living in this house. There's a lot of weird stuff going on. The woman of the house or the lady of the house, she is a very, very strange. She's very crazy. It gets to the end and you find out why she is crazy.
And the whole story flips on its head.
Flips on its head.
I think Frida McFadden's known for being this type of writer.
I think in terms of writing in twists, she is so elite. And so there's a big twist at the end, and basically, essentially, Millie, the housemaid, becomes a bit of a hero, and she does really well. So now is her story continued, and she is still a housemaid in The Housemaid's Secret, but
getting up to more, but like, ending up in another house with another weird situation going on.
Yeah, and it's like completely different to what she's dealt with it before.
Yeah.
And then even in this one, her character evolves a little bit. I think there's a little bit of humor in there. So like there's this one part where she's like a maid and sort of like a nanny for this rich person's daughter. And basically she's a little girl. I think she must be like 8 months, 9 months maybe. And imagine she's like starts calling Millie mama. And then the lady of the house goes crazy. And
I mean, understandably, I can see why you would be,
upset.
But she is fuming.
But it's just really comical.
And Millie just doesn't know what to do, so she's got no idea what's going on. Yeah. But I think like you do see her character develop because she's doing other stuff with her life now.
She's dating, and there's that sort of character evolve. You see the character evolve, right? Yeah. Which is quite cool. And then like obviously she's a maid for this house, and there's obviously like some
There's
crazy
more crazy
scenario
stuff going on,
on.
and you are just thinking, oh my god, Millie, not again, because that's
And you're
literally
kind of
what I
like,
thought.
and in this one, because you know what she's been through in the last book, and you know where she is now, and you can see like her character progressing, and like she's doing a bit better with things. You can see her character develop, and you can see she's doing better with things, but you're kind of like rooting for her more, because like when things are like going wrong, and again, there's a huge twist in this, but you don't realize a twist obviously till the end. Classic. Well, I mean that's quite obvious, right? They're not going to put the twist at the start, but because of this twist at the end, you're kind of like really like trying to hope that she just like that it all kind of levels out, kind of thing. So that's really good. And then moving on from that, we've got then the housemaid is always watching.
So this was like an interesting one because she does keep evolving. Her characters evolve, but I think this one fast forwards
a lot. So she's now like, married. She's got two kids.
I think it's like fast forwarded by like 15, 20 years maybe. And I think we were talking about it this morning because I actually literally just finished it last night. And I think this was just my least favourite in the trilogy.
Yeah. I mean, we'll get to ratings in a second. But in this, it's fast. You fast forward. She's married. She's got kids. They've bought a new house.
She's just bought a new house.
And
her dream
basically, house. It's her dream house. But like her
something
neighbours are weird. Like there's just not a vibe. Her neighbour is a bit weird. There's like a woman who's always flirting with her husband, and then across the road they've got this woman, and she's like this old woman, and she's like really like horrible and like really like
and miserable and really cynical about everything that's going on.
Literally like imagine like she has a kid who's in the same like school year as Millie's son,
who's 9.
And
who's 9.
Is that how I couldn't remember how old he was? So yeah, so he's 9 years old, and she keeps him on a leash
because she's scared that he's going to get snatched.
And like it's so funny because she literally the school bus stops right outside her house.
And also they've known this to be like a safe neighborhood, so I think they make her out to be, well, she's made out to be a really like scary lady woman. Basically. But just throughout the book, things just start going wrong. And I think at this point, I really am thinking, God, Millie, you've been through so much and you finally found your dream house. And now your neighborhood that you're in, which seemed really friendly and really nice, is just turning out to be an absolute nightmare. I think that's how the story just pans out.
That's it. Obviously, there's obviously in this one, there's like chaos. And again, at the end there's like a twist, and I feel like with Freida McFadden, I think when you know that there's always a twist in the book, you're trying to figure it out. I've not
put
my finger on one at all.
I've not caught it. Like definitely I don't think in any of them you could catch it, but the second one you could definitely not catch it. In this one, I think
even in the first one,
I think in this last one, the thing that's different is there's so many people who you're suspicious of. I think out of all 3 of her books, this is the one where you're suspicious of at least 5 people.
Yeah.
And you're thinking,
you're right,
maybe even more.
You're right.
But those characters, those weird bits keep cropping up, and the oddities keep on coming up.
Because even in the second book, there's not many characters that you could be suspicious of. So it's like, so
it's just what's going on.
It's just what's going on, and then it's the final one.
Who is it? This is like a proper whodunit.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, for sure. But for me personally, we can talk about ratings and which ones we prefer now. Mm-hmm. Out of the trilogy, for me personally, I prefer the second one, and I'd put that as number 1, and then I would put the first book as number 2, and then the third book as the worst, and I'd put that as number 3. That is what I think, and I'd probably say the first one is probably maybe like a 7 out of 10. So the Housemaid, I'd probably rate that maybe like maybe a 6 out of 10. I'd give this one probably a 7.5. And then the final one, I would probably give it like a 5.
I think for me, I actually said the first one was my favourite. And like I actually think usually in trilogies it's hard. I think or in series it's hard for like the first book to be the favourite. But I think that one really was just like on the edge of your seat. You have no idea what's happening. And there's nothing in there where you think, oh, I wish that hadn't happened. Whereas I think in the second book, I definitely felt like that. And in the third book, I feel like we talked about this, but I feel like in the third book, her character has evolved to a point where it doesn't feel like Millie anymore because she's a warrior.
Yeah, that's
she's
what we said. So
she
in
turns
the,
into
in
a
the
massive,
final,
huge
in the final,
ball of stress and worry, and
yeah.
she's not. She can
never
handle
been that.
so much. She actually, as a person, can handle so much. And I think I just thought, oh, it was kind of like
because
doing Millie a bit of a disservice.
Even in the second book, right, they try and put Millie in a bit of a ball, and like a ball of wool, right, and like, you know, like her husband in the last book, but at that time they were boyfriend and girlfriend, but he was like trying to like protect her, and he was really worried that she was going to do something to like ruin her life and this, that, the other.
But she's really level-headed. She knows exactly what's going on.
She knows exactly what's going on, and she went and she handled it like a boss, and she like smashed it, and it was sick. And then you're right. And I remember we were talking about this, and in the third book, they just made her look like, they made her out to be like this wet wipe.
I think the other thing is, because it's told from Millie's perspective, for the most part of the book it's told from Millie's perspective, it feels like she's out of control. Whereas I think in all of the other books,
she's been quite in
her
control.
situation was a bit unpredictable, whereas she herself was always in control.
Yeah.
So I think that's what it was. But I think I'd put them in order. The first one first, the second one second, and the last one last. But I'd still say like definitely read the first one. Definitely read the first one.
No, I would
honestly,
I would actually just say read all three, to be fair. I think it's a good read for sure. And I really enjoyed
the character development.
Yeah, for sure.
Millie.
And what I would say is, because I think sometimes when you're reading thrillers and you're reading these fast-paced books, it's hard to connect with characters, because essentially the writing is either about the storyline, so it's quite detached, so you don't really attach yourself with the characters, or you're reading a book which is very attached, where you're like, it's all about the characters, and it's a lot of detail into the characters, and there's a lot of character building. With thrillers, they don't tend to do a lot of character building, so I like the fact that you get to know Millie and you get to know the family and everything. But
I think also this managed to do both, because I feel like you are so focused on the plot, but you're like, who's done this, whereas but you are also attached to
I think
Millie
at the
as
end
a
of the
person.
first I think at the end of the first book, I did not care about Millie. By the end, I did.
True. Yeah.
So,
but that's testament to like the character development. So
no, 100%. So so I would definitely recommend.
And I think this is the first thriller series that I've read, actually.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
About the same character traveling through. So
I mean, I've read all of Thursday Murder Club, and that's a bit of like, I wouldn't call it. It's not quite as intense, but it's murder mystery is kind of like a little bit fast paced.
Yeah.
But yeah.
We've got some new books to read, and actually, unfortunately for me, guys, we need to start a campaign. Help me. Hassan's put me on a book ban because basically I'm reading all the books too fast, and
so what you don't know is
he's run out of time to read, whereas I think my commute to my office is like halved, so I actually don't have as much time on the way to the office to read, but somehow I'm still managing to literally just devour books.
Summer is like Lightning McQueen, right? She's so quick with reading, it's just stupid. Like, she'll pick up a book, you leave her there for like 20 minutes, and then you go back and go, oh, what page are you on? Oh, 150. Okay, how have you done that then?
I think you're being a bit dramatic.
Yes, obviously I'm being a little bit dramatic, but you're still like, you'll be on page 50. You'll be like so quick in like, and I don't understand how you do it. It's actually it's actually really impressive. It's really impressive. But what I've basically said is, because I'm so far behind,
he's put me on a book ban, guys. We're gonna cut this long, sad plot short, and we're just gonna get them straight to the point. Hassan, this is not a whodunit. We're not Frida McFadden.
Go on then.
Hassan's put me on a book ban.
Yes, I have.
I've got one book in our stack of books left to read, and I think I'm about 7 books ahead of you.
Yeah.
And he's banned me from buying any more books, guys, until he's finished them all. This is not on. And I need you guys to fight my corner. So pipe up, basically, because, I mean, otherwise I'm just going to buy myself one soon.
Anyway, look, all I've said is just give me some time. Let me catch up a little bit, because the thing is, if we buy new books, then that gets added onto my reading list anyway, and then I'm going to be very overwhelmed. So that is the plan, and that is the idea. But we will get there.
Let's campaign for the anti-book ban.
We will get there.
And hopefully next time I see you guys, I'll have read another 2 or 3.
Maybe, hopefully. Right, anyway, we're going to wrap that episode up.
Don't forget, guys, Subscribe if you haven't already. Like, comment. Definitely tell us what you thought of the episode.
Yeah, give us some
Love for the
feedback.
love, as
Let us know what you want to
always.
speak about. Tell us your icks. And also, please,
Dilemmas.
please, my marathon donation link is in the comments or in the description below. So please head over if you donate as much or as little as you can. And yeah, love for the love. And we will see you next time.
See you later, guys.
See you later. Bye-bye.
Bye.